We are up close and personal today, and that's because I am going to be following a makeup tutorial. I'm a beginner. I don't have a lot of experience doing my makeup, and the experience I do have is mostly like neutral looks. But the makeup looks of Zara Larsson have gotten quite the attention on social media. So even though it is a little bit out of my comfort zone, I am going to attempt to follow a Zara Larsson makeup tutorial. I've got my laptop, and the tutorial that I'm going to follow is by Julia Adams MUA on YouTube. I haven't watched this video before. I actually did pick a different tutorial last night that I was going to do today, and then I started going through it and I was like, yeah, that might be a little too advanced for me. The look that she was recreating was a little more complex than I think this one is, so hopefully I chose a skill appropriate tutorial. Let's get into it.
And when I saw this look specifically, I just knew I wanted to be a part of that symphony. So I'm going to try to recreate that today. So let's get into it. I'm going to start with blush.
Okay, apparently we're not gonna get into it. I was not aware that I need to have my base done. So that's what I'm gonna do first. Since we're starting this look with blush, I'm assuming that the base is kind of irrelevant and you can kind of do whatever you want. So I'm just gonna do my regular look, which is hyaluronic acid, aloe vera gel, and BB cream. Well, here's the base. I also did my eyebrows, and I usually like mine a little bit straighter, but I noticed that Zara Larsson definitely has more of an arch. So I arched mine a little bit more. I mean, you can't really tell because my facial expression is usually like this, but for the photo, maybe I can do a little. For supplies today, I've got my own makeup bag, which is not very extensive, but I have a couple things in here. And then I asked my sister if she could let me borrow her makeup, so I've got her two makeup bags here. I'm not completely sure all of the goodies she has in there, but at each step in the makeup tutorial, I will try to find the item that matches best. Now let's get into it.
And it's really diffused up into the temple, so I want that to be under the eye look. So I'm going to take a mixture of these two right here. I'll just go whoop, whoop, whoop.
I finally managed to find some blush. We've got this LA Colors blush, which if you watched my Getting Glam Makeup Done for the first time video, you'd know I hate this blush. I thought it looked really bad on me, but I'm thinking, this is a completely different look. That was like a neutral look. This is very colorful, so I'm definitely gonna give it another chance. And she's using two colors, but all I have is like eyeshadow palettes. That's the closest thing I have to a second blush. I think in this palette, this color or this color could work as blush. And then depending on the tone of the blush, I guess there's some peachier ones here, and I guess I could use this one as blush. So let's see how it looks on her skin.
To brush.
Okay, her eyeshadow is definitely vibrant. It's definitely bold. So let's get started with this LA Colors blush and see if I hate it as much as last time. I'm gonna lather it on the brush because it is definitely not muted. She applied it like here-ish, so that's what I'm gonna do. Is it even showing up? I think she said we're supposed to be priming for the eyeshadow look. I don't think it's awful, but I don't think it's nearly as bright and fun as hers. So maybe we need something else. This palette is literally called LA Colors Eyeshadow Bold, so maybe this is what we're looking for. I think I'll try this one in the corner. Honestly, let's see if it even looks any different than the other one. I don't know if it does, to be honest. I think it's a nice pink shade, but it's not what I'm looking for. Maybe I need to do something even darker. Maybe mixing in this peach shade here would look okay. Gosh, I didn't think the first step would be so hard. I think we've got the right idea going. Like, this is definitely pinker than I usually do, but to be honest, I usually don't use blush. I've got rosacea, so that feels like enough redness for me. But I don't think it's coming up as warm as hers, so maybe I should do more peach. I do think this is kind of fun though. Like this is different than my usual look. I think we might be there. I think this is about as good as I can do because I clearly do not have blush as good of quality as she does because hers is pigmented and mine is, eyeshadow. So now I guess it's just time to recreate this look on this side. I think they're pretty even now, and I think they look okay. They don't look like the reference at all, but I think they look okay. Next step.
So for the eyes, I pulled quite a few random things.
Honestly, that sounds great. Pulling a bunch of random things is exactly what we're doing over here.
I have the Kaleidos Glowing Iris palette. I love.
We need something like blue. I have this one. This is LA Colors Eyeshadow Smoky. There's maybe some shades in there.
And I also have these singles from Nabla.
Okay, and this palette has green, orange, and pink, so I think this one might be the closest.
So I'm mixing these two shades together. I'll just mix this up using the bottom of a brush.
That looks like paint. I'm not quite sure what that is. She did not specify, but I definitely don't have anything like that.
I'm just using this as an amplifier, like to make it look more opaque. And I'm going to put this in my inner corner first.
Well, it looks like she's using it as like a base. She said to make her eye look more opaque. So maybe what I can do is just use some regular concealer. This is my sister's concealer. It's the Hydrating Camo Concealer from e.l.f. And I think I'm just going to put it in the places that she's going to put this paint thing. Okay, concealer on the inner eye. That seems simple enough. So we need the most opaque in the inner eye, and then it's supposed to diffuse onto the lid, she said. Oh my, maybe I used too much. I actually don't think it's too much. I think I see the vision here. I think this will make my eyeshadow look more opaque. Opaque is really generous given the fact that these are all from the Dollar Tree, but hopefully they will be pigmented enough.
I think my eye paints are a little old.
They are eye paints. I was right. Okay, yeah, I definitely don't own those.
And I'll also use this on my brow bone.
Okay, concealer also on the brow bone. This, I think, will just need the littlest dab. This is the eye with the concealer, and this is the eye with no concealer. I think there is a difference. Now we get to transition into the actual eyeshadow.
Now I'm going to take this lime shade. I'm really going to pick up a lot, and I'll place this over the areas I put that base.
I don't have a little brush like that, but my sister does. Unfortunately, this thing looks like it has not been washed in a long time, and this is after I just attempted to clean it, but this is the closest thing I've got, so this is what we're gonna use. I am so happy that I actually have green eyeshadow because it does feel like a main part of this look. We'll start with the inner eye like she did. Okay, yeah, maybe that's not the most pigmented. Let's try the other one. I have pretty much never used these shades, not that I can remember at least. These are very bold shades. I think at least you can tell that I'm wearing green eyeshadow. I think the green under the eye kind of looks cool though.
Pick up a bunch of this and I'm layering it right on the inner corner.
Now we need to go in with a little bit of white. I've got white in this eyeshadow palette and we're going to put it in my inner eye. I'm just going to use the little brush that the set comes with because I want to leave that brush green, at least for now. Her white is white. Mine is not coming up nearly as pigmented because hers is like crazy white. This is the eye with the white on. I don't think it made a huge difference.
So now getting into the pink, I'm going to use the pinks from this palette. I'll do a little mix. I'll do the same mix as my blush.
She's using the same pink as in her blush, so got my blush back out. Can't lie, this brush did work really well with the eyeshadow, so I'm gonna wash it and then I can use it with the pink. Fingers crossed this doesn't ruin what we've already got going here because I think it's going well.
And it's touching the front of her brow a little bit.
It's showing up a little bit. Honestly, I think it looks okay.
I'm taking the light shade here. So I'll place the most pigment near my lashes.
Now we're going in with purple. I do have some purple. So we're gonna put the purple here and then work our way, I think, to connect to the colors up here. Loading it onto this brush. Okay, here we go. It always looks so much more pigmented on the brush than it actually looks on. It is always such a little bit of a disappointment, but at least it's showing up. Okay, I'm definitely supposed to be covering up some of the green. I've extended the green a little bit far. I think we want the purple to start like mid-eye.
The shade that I have is a touch more deep. I'll add like a light purple over to hopefully...
She's putting on a lighter purple on top, but honestly, I don't think the purple is that dark because it's not that pigmented.
I really love how these two shades are meeting and blending. It looks so pretty.
The pink and the purple are supposed to be meeting on the eyes, so I think the pink from here we're going to extend between the green and the purple and kind of extend it out. I don't know if that made a huge difference, but I do think it's, you know, coming together. It's like basically I feel like the baby version of what she's actually doing.
the concentration of pink right on the lower lash line here.
We need pink on lower lash line. I've got so much eyeshadow on that my eyes are starting to water a little bit. So hopefully we're almost done with this eye.
So now I'll work on a little wing liner.
Oh, no. I was having fun before. Eyeliner, not my thing. I tried eyeliner one time in that video I mentioned earlier, and I hated it so much. I have basically no faith that I can do eyeliner, but hopefully her tutorial is magic.
I'm going to first sketch it out with my Makeup Forever Artist color pencil in whatever black.
Okay, honestly, that does seem like a good tip. Draw it out with a pencil liner first. I, of course, do not have a pencil liner, but I have a brow pencil, and I think that will work the same. Honestly, she did not say much about how I am supposed to be drawing this thing, so I guess I'm just gonna visually try to match it up. Drawing it with the eyebrow pencil is not really working, but I don't trust myself with the eyeliner pen at all. Like, look at that. I messed up with a brow pencil. How am I actually gonna ever get it with an actual eyeliner pen?
I put both elbows on my desk for extra stability, and I rest my hand on my chin.
Okay, that's a tip. Put both your elbows down and anchor your hand on your chin. Okay, she starts from out and goes in. You know, let me put everything down and let me give it a good, honest try. And here I am, disappointed yet again. It's not worse than the last time that I tried eyeliner, but it's not good. And it definitely does not look like her tutorial at all. I just don't get eyeliner. I don't know how you make it look thin and dainty. Like, it's obviously user error because I think eyeliner looks so good on everyone else, but on me, it just... the application is just not great. Like, I don't know, is this a look? If I wasn't following a Zara Larsson'S tutorial, does this look somewhat okay? I don't think so. I honestly think it kind of ruined the look because now, especially since my eyeshadow is so not pigmented, the black is just like, whoa, right there in your face. And I feel like you don't even notice the eyeshadow because it's just like eyeliner. She did her other eye off of camera, so I guess that's what I'm gonna do too. Give me another opportunity to practice with the eyeliner, but I think I've had enough of eyeliner. Well, this is the look that I've mustered up. I don't know if the second eye is better with the eyeliner or not. I can't tell. Like, maybe, I don't know. I think it looks similar-ish to the other eye, heavy on the ish, but I'm cautiously optimistic that this look has some potential to come together and not be half horrible. So, next step.
I'll be using the pink, the green, and this purple over here.
Well, I didn't know that this look involved rhinestones, and I do not have rhinestones, so I'm gonna be skipping this part. I think it'd be helpful if makeup tutorials had like a what you'll need section at the very beginning. Like when you're about to start a craft and they're like, you're gonna need a glue stick, scissors, and 4 sheets of paper. So that way you can gather all your supplies without having to watch the tutorial twice. Her look will definitely look cooler with all the rhinestones, but I think mine will look decent without.
Like, how fun is that? So now for the lips, she has kind of like an...
Okay, it sounds like she's moving on to the lips, but I don't think my eyes are done yet because I don't have mascara on. She didn't mention it, so maybe she did that off camera, but now I'm gonna go in with my mascara. This is the eye with and this is the eye without. I like my eyelashes. I think they're pretty long, but they've got nothing against this big block of black eyeliner. I finished my mascara, both eyes, so now we can also move on to lips.
I'm realizing I'm forgetting the glitter and the highlight. Pause on the lips for now.
Okay, never mind. She said we forgot highlighter. I've got this, so hopefully we can make do with this. I honestly think that this highlighter is pretty good.
A little bit on the tip of the nose too, and down the bridge.
Now we're gonna put a little bit on the nose. I think it's cute. It definitely shows up.
So for my lips, I'm actually using this Road Blush that's in the shade Sun Soak. I'll just tap it on.
Okay, now she's putting blush on her lips. In terms of lip products, I have 2 lip liners. I've got this one from Makeup by Mario, and then this one I got at the Dollar Tree. What she's going for is like orange. For the lip liner, it's a warm tone. I think I'll do the one from the Dollar Tree. And then in terms of the middle, like an orange, I don't have anything orange. This lip liner is almost the exact shade of my actual lips, so maybe it won't work actually. I love that lip liner though for an everyday look because it's just like the perfect little touch. Yeah, I think that'll work. That's the lip liner. And since I truly have nothing orange, I guess I'll go in with this matching lipstick from Makeup by Maria. I definitely don't think that the lip is warm enough.
And she is wearing a glitter gloss. I have this glittery one from Rare Beauty. It's in the shade Beam. So I'll also put that on there.
Now she's going in with a glitter lip gloss, and I have this from my sister, so I think that'll work. I don't think it made a huge difference, honestly. I think the lip color is so far the thing that's like the most off. Okay, this is the completed look. I think that the blush is fun, the highlight is fun. I like the eyeshadow concept. I think it's honestly just the fact that my eyeshadow is not very pigmented. I obviously don't love the eyeliner. It's growing on me a little bit just standing here. I think from a distance, it looks maybe passable. I think overall, it's not horrible. Let me put down my hair. I also obviously wish I had the rhinestones because I think that would have looked really cool. I think without the rhinestones, and since everything on my face is kind of different than the actual tutorial, I don't know if anyone could identify that I tried to follow a Zara Larsson makeup tutorial, but I think I definitely learned a thing or two. I also really like the blush blindness, like the first step. I thought that was fun. I also think it kind of looks nice, like the little bit of pink, and I purposely chose to wear yellow because it's like kind of close to what Zara Larsson wears, like the color palette at least. But one thing I will say is that I think I did well enough that I could go out in public wearing this. Like, I don't think it looks that bad. And that's a step up from the last time that I tried to do something different with my makeup. If you're also interested in recreating this look, I will link the tutorial that I followed down below.